So I have no idea how long this video is gonna last, or if it'll be a long video, because I'm actually recording it from the phone to whatever, and they hardly ever last. There's always a lot of, here lately I've been running into problems with space or whatever. Apps you download and then they do all these ads and all kind of things, and then when you upgrade, whatever you want to call it, then it takes up more space. So they tell you need to upgrade in order to play them. What's been heavy on my mind for about, I don't know, 2 or 3 days, I have to speak because I can't actually speak to the person that it's concerning. They never actually talk to me about this type of stuff. They prefer to keep moving. And one day, well, not one day, I eventually heard stuff about people not needing closure, and if people, well, you need to get closure on some things in order to move on, but then it's like you don't need to get closure, because if somebody's not answering your questions or telling you what you need to know, then that's closure enough. But it's never good for me, because I need to know certain things, you know. I'm on the way to work now, today being Thursday. It's 11:33. What the hell is today? I think today's the, gosh, I can't even see that. Today's the 30th with a FH. I know I'm wrong for that, Adeline. Today is the 30th of August. And, you know, you probably hadn't paid attention. You're probably a new viewer, and I don't really have viewers. If you're new to me or what's going on, you don't read my journals, you hadn't read the journals, they're not in book form yet, you hadn't been reading these long-ass, listening to these long-ass videos, and you probably don't understand all the history that's being put into these videos, along with religion. I'm not talking against every religion, man-made systems, government, small talk about political stuff, because I don't really get into that. Oh, it's 2018, by the way. In my journals, it clearly talks about stuff happening around June, July, August, September. This is where everything tragic or bad usually happens in my little lifespan. Part of the reason why 90% of the time I feel like, hell, I don't even belong here. But then where do I belong? That's in there too. Self-identity, that's somewhere along the line of my journals. I think it's in a couple of these videos. Like I said, if you keep up with me, then you'll figure out, you'll find out, you'll learn. This is where it happens at. This is where all of the negative stuff happens at. For some reason, these months are my first months. Years ago, from my way earlier years, it used to be that things, something bright, something good would happen on a 9 of every month, 19th, 9, 29, you know, something like that. But that is no more. That was when I was a child, you know. If this video cuts off, which I'm sure it will, at like 15 minutes, it'll become a 2-part series, which most of my videos are 2-part series. That's why I got so many, and they're so long. I'm only recording this because I have a lot on my mind in my head, and it's like really killing me. I have a positive spirit today. It was positive, but it's just the old people would say, my elders would say, vexed. It's bothered. Bothered because this is the time that things happen bad, and for the first time in a long time, I'm looking back on that, and I still don't understand, but I'm more or less just like, I don't know, reliving it, and I don't understand how or why I was made to go through all of that, or how that person found that okay. That's not to say I was not wrong for anything, or I didn't do nothing wrong, or I currently haven't done anything wrong. That's not to say that. Crossing streets, I'm walking, no bike today. I'm too cheap for the bus. They even went up to $6 instead of $5, so I'm too cheap for that. Y'all not finna get me like that. Basically, I'm thinking back when I first came here to Texas. I wasn't here that long, trying to get out the house of the Odells, because I was still in Denise's house, Odell, trying to, make an identity for myself, a name for myself outside of them, as I had tried to do in Bossier City, which I did, Bossier, Louisiana, which I did, which included strip clubs too, but, and casinos, but that's what it was. So, I met LaShondra over the phone, how that phone dating stuff goes. Met a couple of times. We talked for at least 7 to 8 months before we actually met, which was irritating me. I'm like, damn, we should have met by now. And we were talking after we met. We were talking for a good, 4 or 5 months. And then that's when Denise met her. And we continued talking. Everything that I was told came to the light as half truth, half lies. The person she was with knew that they were not together, but he didn't want nobody being with her. Although she was still living with him, and he living with her, and she doing stuff for him in many different ways. But she was ready to go, or she was ready. She felt in her. It was one of them like me. I was at one point in this relationship. I'm talking about. I was so ready to go that I started doing stuff. But it's not that I was gonna leave the person. I was just sick of what she was doing, and I needed to show her that I could do better. I could have somebody else, and that's basically where I came in at on this relationship that wasn't a relationship. The woman was trying to show the guy that she could do better, that she could do something, and I was one of the chosen people. As I look back over stuff, that's, really what I feel. And I was actually supposed to come and help her out because she was down or whatever. So I was supposed to give her encouraging words, and I've said that before too. And I've said that even to her. I think I was just supposed to be here to encourage you and be a friend to you, because it just didn't work out. So anyway, needless to say, I came in the picture, and hell, I thought that we were good. I thought we were together. I thought everything was everything. And then she started saying stuff about breaking it to him slowly or gently or whatever. Well, you just told me that he already knows or whatever. Years later, he told me that he knew. He just didn't want us together. But that was already after the separation and all the bullshit that came about. That being like 3 years ago, he just told me. But her and I being separated for over 6 to 9 years, I don't know. The math is kind of off though. But anyway, it's been a long time. Let's put it like that. 2013 or 14, somewhere in there, the last time. Anyway, so yeah, everything. When I finally got in with her, when I finally moved in with her, I found he was still living there and all this, whatever. And most of the things that I sent her, except for a bear, a dog really, the dog was the only thing that was shown. The dog's name was Ro. I have no idea where the hell that dog went to, but that was the only thing that was shown. I gave her cards after cards for birthdays, Christmas, stuff like that. I'm sentimental and sensitive. I do that. One thing that remains, other than the love that I had for this person, the pain too, the confusion and the pain. I'm not angry. It just, it's like, I can't get past the pain of it. How? Every day or every other day, me and this guy would get into it with each other. After so many years of this, we finally came to the conclusion that it's her and not us. However, we're just not going to actually discuss her anymore to each other. And we did that, except for when the guy got mad, then he threw her in my face, knowing that hurt. He wanted to say dumb shit, just whenever he get irritated or upset or whatever. And he actually knew how I actually felt about her, but then he also knew that I was tired of her. I started rejecting a lot. Stopped doing a lot for her. Stopped being insensitive and sentimental with her. So he saw it. And that's where he was able to make his move to, like I said, he didn't separate us, we separated us. But it wasn't just him. There's so many people talking our business in her family, but she didn't want to get to know my family or deal with my family at all because they're judgmental or whatever. But your family's talking our business, and I'm having trouble understanding how that's okay that my family is not in on nothing. My kids have never actually physically seen my family, either family, my biological or my adopted family, which they deserve that right. I've met and seen, and they have met and seen most of the people in her family. So I don't get how that is okay. I don't know. I guess the reason for this video is just to talk this out of my head for right now, I guess. It's just so crazy. And the reflection of it is just nothing but pain and tears. Like, I'm tearing up, but I'm not crying. And I'm not crying because I'm talking and speaking and saying it. Those were the worst days of my life, the worst years of my life ever. And I thought that being in foster care, being unwanted, being unloved, being ignored, misunderstood, I thought all that was worse. Being made to feel like you're nobody is a lot worse by somebody that you're in love with, and somebody who only loves you enough. She got with this one guy, married him. Said that it was for money, but it was for more, because she gave him her heart after a while, And I don't know how it happened, whether it was intentional or not. She was in love with this dude, and she put him up front like she was supposed to, even before they got married. She had everybody recognize him. She recognized him in front of everybody. Her mom gave this man respect. It was always a battle with her mom and I, and still will be until the day when you die. She's even told me in front of my kids. I only have 2. She never have, never will like me, respect me, and something about wanting me to die, wanting to kill me or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember exactly how that went. I just know basically that's what she was saying. I could have had her respect, had her daughter put me up front like she was supposed to. Honor, respect me herself, stuff like that. I could have had the household respect, which is part of the reason why I keep saying we were never together. There was so much going on that wasn't going on, and that was not going on that wasn't going on. The household was in chaos, as it is now. I'm not there, but it's in chaos. Too many people trying to lead, not the right people. And she'll never be the one to control everything or even put her foot down. Mama, no. That type of stuff. Mom or granny rules, run stuff, basically, because she needs her, because she's unavailable half the time. And if you're not there to carry your part, somebody got to carry it for you. If you're not there to do your part, somebody got to do it. It ain't no different than when you're talking about dating. They keep on throwing around this phrase, what one man won't do, the other one will, the next one will, whatever. All right, so it goes the same play when you're talking about being a parent. Somebody got to carry your workload, your side or whatever. But the grandma is supposed to be secondary, not first. And she damn sure ain't got no right to be overpowering or overthrowing the dad, the father. I don't give a damn what kind of value y'all do or don't have on men or about men. Doesn't matter. I've come from a broken home, so therefore that was just even more killer for me. That added more pain and confusion to what I was going through. I did not want to have to be. I found this woman and I thought that this was my wife. That's what I thought. Out of all these years of searching, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm an angel. Hell yeah, I had been fucking and having sex, but it just wasn't wild out like that. So I thought this was the one, Ended up, no. They ended up being the one to totally destroy me. Because she did just that. I was destroyed from the inside out. Until my daughter had been born, I had no reason for living at all. Everything was gone. Everything was taken. Every dream I had was taken. Before then, I had never actually been suicidal. After that did it. But I can't do that to myself. Fuck around and review the wrong traffic tapes from over some odd years ago. You will find me walking in the front of the traffic, in the middle of traffic, whatever. That's not me taking my own life. Somebody else did it. They didn't stop. This is why, part of the reason why I would like to, if I had some money, I'd invest it in suicide and depression clinics and stuff like that. Because I know what that's like and I know how it feels. And hell, I'm not that far from there now, I'm just keeping myself afloat. Now, if they come to the police, just remember I didn't do it. If I hadn't done it yet, I'm not gonna do it. Have two reasons not to do it now. Currently 11 and 12, although they're not with me and have no idea what their life is like because I hardly ever see them. I don't know why. I've made it my business because I know women get on here and be like, well, if he really wanted to see his kids, nobody would stop him. Alright, so I made it my business to travel to them a couple of times. But rightfully so, by some of the other women, the elder women, I have every right to see my kids and I shouldn't have to go on that bus to travel to them all the time. They should be brought to me sometime. That's not what this is about though. I'm just trying to escape a crazy time right now. My head gonna start hurting after a while. Because it's just like I'm reliving it all over again. I'm just there. Like I'm in that vehicle while arguments are going on. I'm in the house after these kids are sent off to school. I'm in the house, not even at peace. In the house, just wanting to escape. I just want to go somewhere. Every time I go somewhere, she's calling, or she's following me, coming to get me, take me back to the house. A house of chaos. No peace. Pure chaos. Shit, I already got it. Put my mouth on it. Alright. Sorry. Guy asked for the juice I got. I like shit. I already put my mouth on the bottle though. So it don't matter. If you can drink it without touching your lips to it, that's fine. Yeah. And I needed that break anyway. I was becoming emotional. I'm sorry. But, it's like I'm just there. As a third person, I'm just there watching all this shit go on again. Then her mom and I always arguing. And before my baby was born, we just argue just to be arguing. Like that's what was so crazy about it. She'd get with me, the grandma would get with me and co-sign and say everything against the other guy, the baby's dad, the original guy. And then she turned around and we'd be arguing and it's like, damn, I thought we were together on the thought that this guy was this or that or whatever. Now you coming against me. What problems am I causing? Just writing in the damn book every day, all the time. That's all I was doing was writing this shit down so I can keep it out of my head. Just the more it stays in my head, the longer I think about it, the crazier it makes me, and more suicidal / depressed, angry, and hurt. So I got out of my head. I had to keep it on something, keep it somewhere. I didn't have all this other stuff that I got now to where I can actually put it on a video or anything. There was too much going on. I was embarrassed and everything else. Like, I could not tell my people what was going on. When I finally did, then they made it worse by coming up against me, telling me how stupid I am, and all this other stuff. That's not what I came to. When people come to you for support, they don't always need you to drag them. Now, there are some cases to where you do drag somebody in order to get them out of this situation, or fully, developed to where that they don't want to be there. But then after that, you start, rebuilding them. You tear down and rebuild. Man, these people must have drugged me all over the fucking place. Made me feel a hell of a lot worse. And then want to know why come it didn't work out when I was down there. And y'all trying to put me in a mental place. And I'm trying to get my kids. I'm trying to get things together so I can have my kids a place to stay. And it's always been about them. That's the craziest thing. And I've heard from somebody else that I wrote on a social media something about me putting my kids first. And they laugh. But it's always been about my kids. Never. Well, once they came along. Before it was about me and my sanity. And this was before they came along too. But I'm just saying, I didn't have it all at that time, the place to write all this stuff down and stuff. And I put it on the thing, about that. And she was like laughing at it or whatever. But anyway, man, just reliving that, whether I'm reliving it at third person or actually being there like I was at first. Like last night, I was there. I was laid down and I was there, just remembering shit. Yesterday, during the day, I had remembered how many times their grandma and I got into it. Well, the thing that we got into it most was about my daughter, me taking care of my kids. But before my daughter came, it was just petty stuff that we shouldn't have been arguing about. Had no reason to argue about. Rules and regulations that I did not agree with, and where she's supposed to be as far as her position. Years later, the same guy that my kid's mom married put her in her place also and told her that she didn't have no right to say, do this or whatever. Leave me and my kids alone, one. Second, that she's not in charge of nothing. She's the grandma. Everything that I had said previously, this man said, and it was respected. But when I said it wasn't respected, that's how I can go back and say, looking back over this shit, she didn't want me like I thought she did. That's why I'm so stern in saying that. That's why I can say that and believe it with my whole heart. She did not want me. I wanted her. She just wanted somebody. She wanted somebody, first of all. Then she also wanted to prove to a certain person that she can do other than him, I'm sorry. She can do something other than him. So that's what that was about. That's where that went. And I was the victim in all of that. Made my life live in hell, trying to prove something to somebody else. Likewise, I did part of the same thing. I tried to prove, I could have somebody else, and I messed up a couple of people. The name that always is consistent is Adrian. She never did want too much anyway. When she decided she wanted something, then I wasn't the one she wanted it with. She was trying to reach higher, but you've been spoiled. You've been hand-given your job. You've been given, this or whatever, because you trying to pick up a disability, or because you're not well, you have a certain disability, like you can't see or whatever, however that goes. So, it's not like you just picked everything up on your own, the apartment, the house, all of that. It wasn't all on your own. So you've been given shit, handed shit, and you think that you're supposed to go for people who already got shit or whatever. That does make sense in the way. I don't want to struggle. I don't want somebody else who's struggling with me. That's the new thing. Nobody wants to go with somebody who's struggling like they are. They want somebody who already got it or on the way to get it. And that's most of the women mentality. But that's the new thing, the newest thing. It's been going on for a couple of years now. So where does that leave everybody else? Huh? And then the part of that issue came in when people started noticing that the men that's down and out, when the women, especially black women, help them get up and their fame and all that, they'll get left behind. All right, well, that's not every man, you know. But why take the chance, right? Why take the chance? You can't raise a man. Shit. And if my pocket don't match your pocket, you don't want. And that's where Adrian is. However, if you didn't work hard for the shit, how in the hell can you say stuff like that? How can you be like that in that mind, that aspect? How can you take on that aspect when you didn't work for that? That's not what this long ass video is about, though. It's a good thing I did jump around because I was becoming emotional, and it is bothering my soul. Like, I'm reliving that shit like in a third person form, as well as, you know, some of it was a first person form. When it started hitting me like yesterday. Shut the fuck up. When coworker, we always talk to each other like that. But yeah, so when I was man, I don't know. It was crazy shit. When I was thinking about it, I mean, I don't know. My biggest issue is that she did say that she's sorry. She apologized to me a few times and told me she didn't know why she did the stuff that she did. But then you lied. You continue to lie. Like, we're gonna be together after, you know. And we never got back together. She wasn't looking forward to it because she was doing everything and everybody else. No disrespect meant or intended. Just the truth. Me on the other hand, I'm waiting around for it and trying to get myself together, you know. Lies about me dating other whatever. I had nobody else. I was in too much pain. I talked to many people before her, cut them off after we moved in, and then I had some people calling her house, because that was her phone, her house, whatever. I had some people calling her house or whatever after she started interfering with my telephone, my cellular phone. Don't fuck with that. And then, yeah, she was paying the bill after a while. I didn't have a job, so she was paying the bill, but that still don't give you the right to fuck with my calls. You either got somebody, or because I don't know how the thing actually went, whether they were together sometime or not. I know she was never with me. Every time they asked her, we were separated. Every time somebody asked me, were we together, I'd have to end up saying, go ask her, because I didn't know. I thought we were. But yeah, interfering with my calls, my cellular calls, because you paid a bill, you can't do that. Man, so much went on. I had to end up praying for peace of mind, soul, and everything else. You know, because I was not good on any level. I was not good.